Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel, Triple Aqua from the West, from Key West. I'm Mermaid Christiane. So today I want to talk to you about the full corn moon in Pisces today. That's going to be in the constellation Aquarius. So right before I did this, I just prayed and talked to my guides and to God, and I had this vision of standing behind a curtain right before you're going to go onto stage and right before you're going to perform. That feeling, and I don't know if any of you have ever been a performer. I've been a performer since I was a very little girl, toddler, and there's a feeling that you get right before the curtains open, and it's that feeling of trying to ground yourself in calm, all of your excitement, and try to make sure that you're paying attention and all of your senses are like super on point, on fleek, I guess they say now, like the younger kids. But yeah, so everything is just like all cylinders, you know, are just like on and going. And so you're trying to remember a lot of things. You're trying to remember, okay, you know, listen for the beat because you have to, you know, start the 8 count, or listen for the cue if it's an acting. You know, for me, I've done a little bit of everything on stage, and so it was that feeling of like, right, you know, you're just standing right in front of those curtains, those velvety red curtains, and it's that feeling of getting prepared for showtime. And that's what I feel like this full moon is about. It's getting us ready. It's like the dress rehearsal right before the big performance, where you have all of these practices and these rehearsals, but then you have the final dress rehearsal, like maybe, I don't know, the day before that you're going to go on, or whenever the person that's coordinating it puts that on. But you do everything and all of the full dress, and it's almost like the real show minus the people. Well, I feel that this full moon is getting us ready for the next 4 months, because 2021 is right around the corner, and basically 2020 was to give us a clear vision of our future. And I've been feeling for a long time like 2021 is going to feel like somebody strapped an Acme rocket on your back, and you're just going to go full force. And you know, today it's a harvest moon, and interesting enough, Ceres, the planet, the asteroid, is known as the goddess of the harvest in mythology, and it just happens to happen on a harvest moon. And that is because we're about to reap the rewards. You know, once you've done all the practices and all the rehearsals and the dress rehearsals of your life, going forward now, it's showtime. So you're going to be able to reap all of that hard work that you did. You know, you'll get your accolades, even though you're not looking for them. But people will recognize you for your gifts and your talents. And maybe they weren't recognizing before because you were doing a lot of this in silent. You know, oddly enough, oh yeah, we got the Queen of Cups. So let me talk about this in a second. I have had 2 friends lately reach out to me. One, you know, I had a phone conversation with him over the weekend. It's an older gentleman, Mr. Ray, if you're watching. I'll try to make this video short, but I can't promise you anything. And he said, you know, what have you been up to? You've been really quiet lately, you know. But I told him, I'm like, I've been planting seeds, Mr. Rick. So when you plant seeds, you plant them in the dark. You know, they go underground. You know, so you don't always see the work of your labor. It takes a while for that, you know, the first little sprout to come out so that you can see it. And I said, don't worry, Mr. Rick, you'll see exactly what's going on pretty soon. I said, I'm getting ready, you know, everything's gonna come up, and then I'll be harvesting everything. And it's funny that I said that because I wasn't even thinking about this full moon and what it represents and what it's going to represent for us going forward. Yeah, you know, we've all become, in the collective, it doesn't matter if you're in a masculine body or a feminine body, we've all become the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, she's nurturing, she's kind, she's extremely intuitive, she's smart, she knows who to offer that cup to because it has so much yummy goodness from the cosmos, from all of her ancient knowledge. And we have become that, and you know, and this is also known for its water. So, and this one's depicted as Pisces. You know, you have the yin and the yang, and then in her fan here, it looks like she has, you know, one of those beautiful fans. And there's a Pisces, you know, one fish going one way, one going the other. And of course, today is the Pisces full moon. So, you know, God's always on time. And yeah, and one of the reasons that we've had to learn to balance our emotions is because we're done with these 10 of Swords moments, you know, where people are, you know, not appreciating us and constantly, you know, making us go through hardships mentally, emotionally. And, you know, the 10 of Swords, it doesn't mean you die. It basically just means the ending of something, like you're done. So you're going forward now with a very, very clear mindset of what you want and what is going to drive you emotionally, because you've learned to master your water element. And when you don't know how to master your water element, you're a hot mess, basically. You are just, you know, you'll argue with anybody, you're super emotional, somebody looks at you the wrong way and you're like, whoa, what are you looking at? You know, it's like you're not in control of your emotions. But when you are the Queen of Cups, you are, and all that feminine energy that's come in, so like I said, it doesn't matter if you're masculine or female, we've all been embodying this Queen of Cups energy, and she's truthful with her words, and she's also open and she's vulnerable when she wants to be, because she's not scared and she doesn't care what others are thinking. She just goes with her gut, her intuition. So that's us going forward, going with our gut and intuition to know that we've worked hard, we've balanced ourselves out, we're going to slowly reap the harvest of all of the beautiful little seeds that we planted along the way. So a lot of other things are happening too in this full moon, besides that it's in the very progressive constellation of Aquarius that wants to bring in new and wants to bring in change. And you know, that 10 of Swords was change. You know, 10 is the ending of something and the beginning of something else. And so it's bringing in that new change for us. And Pisces is also very Neptunian, so it's like very dreamy and you know, daydreaming or fantasizing. But what Aquarius is doing is helping us put all of those things and helping us put them in the right order so it can come into fruition. Even if it seems like it's out of reach, it won't be. And so, yeah, and because of that, we become, you know, the Princess of Swords, or the Princess of Swords. She is someone who is truthful with her words. She cuts things out when she needs to cut them out. She is wise. She's not the Queen of Swords, however, but because she's become this Princess of Swords, and the Princess of Swords isn't as shrewd as the Queen of Swords, because, you know, she's still very innocent. She's just a princess. But she's learning now, and that's us as a collective, just to cut things out that don't serve us anymore. Where before, we were probably just, you know, accepting everybody with open arms. You know, come, you know, I'll be your friend, you know, I'm vulnerable. But now we're like this. And so from here to here, they have to work for it. And that's really healthy, because we've set healthy boundaries. And why did we do that? Because we're done with the three of Swords. We're done with heartbreak, betrayal, people putting us in gossip or third parties, or God forbid, fourth, fifth, sixth parties or whatever. But we're done with that heartache, the 3 swords in the heart. We don't want to do that anymore, because what that does is it makes us feel like almost like a physical death, and you mourn it and you have to heal yourself. So in order to go forward in a healthy way, we're setting boundaries. Like the Princess of Swords, you know, she's just learning this, but as you can see by the look on her face, she means business. So this is us going forward, right? So we have 4 more months where we can really capitalize on all these beautiful energies coming in to get us really ready and poised for 2021. Now, we have been in a 4-year, and it's funny, we have 4 months left in the 4-year, and 4 years about stability. And although people may think that the world is like completely crazy and out of whack, we have learned to find our foundation and our stability and what's important now and what drives us. You know, we're looking at things in our house like, gosh, I have too much, and people have very little. You know, do I need all this stuff? And you know, we're cleaning the clutter out mentally, physically, emotionally, even around our home and our spaces, because we want that firm foundation. Because going forward into 2021, it's a 5-year. And a 5-year means change. And we have changed, and we are not going to be the same human beings that we have been this entire time, because we can't be. We're just not going backwards, we're going forwards. And we're going forwards with the people that want to go forward with us, not forwards. Yes, because this is where we're done. We're done with that 7 of Pentacles, feeling like we've worked so hard and we have nothing to show for it. This is out. This is done. We are done. This is a past energy, yes, because on the bottom is the 8 of Swords, feeling stuck in your own little mental prison that you put yourself in, or your self-defeating thoughts. Gone. We have no use for that in the future, because we can't. We have too many opportunities coming our way. Yes, exactly. Why? Because we have become independent. We know how to, this is a very single card, single, independent, have everything. It doesn't matter if you're with people, if you're married, or if you're in a relationship. You still have to have that independence singly to do things on your own. Don't depend on others. Don't depend on people to make you happy or to make you feel grounded or secure in life, because you can do that all on your own, even with people around you. Yes, because oddly enough, we got Pentacles again, because we are the Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing, grounded, very wise, very kind, and also just like a pillar in her home, in her community. And like I said, if you're a male, then take it as a male, because these are just feminine energies we're all embodying. This is kind of like a matriarch of the family, is the Queen of Pentacles. And what else is going on? Okay, so we have Mars and Jupiter that are huge today. And, for me, I have placements in Mars, and of course I've got 2 placements in Jupiter. That's the planet of expansion, and that's what's happening. It's expanding our minds, it's expanding our vision, our intuitive vision, where we see things clearly because the rose-colored glasses are off. Yes, and there we go again. There's for you guys out there. We're also embodying the King of Swords. King of Swords is honest and truthful with their communication, and they know when to use that swords and cut them out, and they're wise, and they have that micro vision where they're able to see the tiny little details. So they are wise, and they know what to overlook and what not to overlook, and that is us. And again, 9 of Wands, because we're going forward passionately, brave, and we got a lot of this brave and courage energy from last month's Leo energy and the portal, the Lionsgate portal. And this is us. We are not scared anymore. Things that scared us or rocked our foundation in the past, gone. We have no time for that going forward, because although there's people complaining that things are not going their way, or woe is me, the sky's falling, Chicken Little, that's not us. That's not us in this collective. We are not the Chicken Littles of the world. We are the Henny Pennies, making it happen, not needing that help. We're like the 9 of Pentacles is very Henny Penny-like, where she goes and gets everything, and then when she's done making it and she's baked it, everybody wants to have what she has, and she's like, well, you didn't work for it, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. She'll still share. She's not greedy or selfish, but she is aware of who put in the time and the effort to raise her vibration, to basically put the wind beneath her wings, not somebody who's going to be clipping her wings or pulling on them. Yes, because we've had so much time to reflect about who we are internally and where we're going. And we are not going backwards. That's it. Because we have found our inner child, and we've worked really hard at being ourselves, our true authentic selves, and what we know now what makes us happy. And if you're in a situation where you're not so happy, you know what does make you happy, and you're going forward, and you are laying those little bricks, brick by brick, to build that foundation to feel happy, like the Sun card, the happiest card in the deck. And if any card in this deck would relate to that, I would feel like this one would. the garden. You know, there's so much mystery and magic, and this whole Pisces moon is bringing in a lot of that magic, where, you know, that wonder as a child, where, you know, anything was possible, and the curiosity, you're always curious to see what's going on, but in a healthy way, not curious like, you know, to be deceitful or to manipulate, just that curiosity in a very pure and beautiful way. So that's lovely. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Master Artisan, because that's us. We've become the master. We are becoming descendant masters. You are mastering your craft all of the time. You're constantly leveling up, leveling up. If you are watching this, you are part of the collective that has been leveling up constantly and becoming a master of your craft, like the Master Artisan. And that way you're able to teach other people. You're able to be that guiding light for other people. You're able to be that healer. And you know, and the moon today is in the constellation Aquarius, and Aquarius is the light. What Aquarius does is it gives people hope. And then once people have hope, it starts to heal them, because Aquarius is the hope and healer of the zodiac. So they're able to give people hope, and you see that little light shine, that little sparks up in them, which then in turn helps them heal. Because a lot of times people have forgotten their dreams, have forgotten their what makes them tick, what makes them deep down in their soul happy. So the Piscean energies from the constellation Aquarius, and then we have the asteroid Sirius, which is, like, again, in mythology, the goddess of the harvest, where we're now slowly going to start picking up all of the beautiful harvest from the seeds that we've been planting along the way. So let's see what the Queen of the Moon Oracle has to say about today's full moon in Pisces. It's going to be so cool. I have my mermaids coming over tonight, and we're going to go to Loggerheads Beach and do like a little full moon ritual. I guess one of them said, yeah, sisters or something like that. It was funny. You know, we don't do anything crazy or anything, but we just kind of just sit around and talk and do positive affirmations, or let things go that no longer serve us. And it's all healthy stuff, you know. We're not sitting around talking about people or gossiping. We're just trying to better our souls and ourselves, which is really nice. So if you have a group like that, well then, lucky you, because that's pretty awesome. All right, so let's see what we've got from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. It's one of my favorite decks. Ooh. Okay, yes, we have growth number 5. And that's what I was saying. Next year, 2021, is a 5-year, which means change. And we've grown, and we're talking about planting those seeds and growing into something. And what we've grown into is who we are, who we're becoming, where we're going. And it's taken time. And it's funny because she's holding like a watch, I don't know if it's a stopwatch or it's just like an old, you know, an old watch like someone would put in their breast pocket. And it's and she's looking down. She's looking down at the growth that has happened, because this has taken time. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. We're part of the, unfortunately, the microwave society today, where everybody just wants it now. Whether it's just they're so impatient in line, they're impatient in the car, they're beeping at you and the light hasn't even turned green yet. You know, people want to get romantically, sexually involved in relationships right away and just jump into the honeymoon stage, or like, take it however it resonates for you. But, you know, being part of the microwave society of anything, whether it be just wanting things now, like, you know, the Baruch Assaults of the world, or, you know, dating, microwave society of dating, or it's not healthy, because things are better in time. You know, like a fine wine, and like a lot of things, they mature nicely over time. So we know that now, and we're not, patience is our friend, where it wasn't always our friend before. And look how gorgeous that card is, and that is us. Love it, love it. Yes, because the next card is the action card. Action cards number 6. Number 6 in the zodiac is Gemini. And then we have today in the full moon, we have, let's see what's active in Gemini. Nothing in my placements there is, but this is very, very action oriented, and we're going forward, and we are not going to let anything stop us at all. Very interesting. So maybe Gemini is watching this, or Gemini is important to you, so I don't even know why I brought that up, but apparently I'm supposed to. It's gorgeous cards. We're taking action going forward for our changes that we've made. And the reason we are is because we worked for it. We know we deserve it. We're finally at that place where we're like, no, it's not me. I know I deserve it. I've put in the work. I've worked hard. I've kept my nose down. I've been flying under the radar. I've minded my own business. I didn't care what everybody else was doing because, quite frankly, it wasn't my business. And yes, and look at that. We've got the abundance card. And this is what we're going into. It's harvest season. So we're harvesting our abundance. It's that big cornucopia that life has to offer us. You know, it's a 38. It's 11, which 11 is a master number. And yeah, it means a lot of things too, but yeah, look up the number 11. But and a lot of the twin flames are coming into union, so a lot of it is going to be very abundant. And at the bottom, guess what we got again? So it's growth, because we've grown and our seeds have grown that we planted. We are now have our abundance. And you know, if you've ever farmed anything or planted a seed, you know that it takes time. It's not going to happen, because we live in the microwave society of everything. So I think I'm going to, we're going to pull from the, actually I already did that. I guess I'm not going to do it again, even though maybe I'm being called to. We're going to pull from the Good Tarot, and then I'm going to close this out. I feel like I'm missing so much because there's so much going on in the full moon today, so I encourage you to look up what's going on out there and research, and if something, you know, jumps out at you, go down another little rabbit hole and keep researching that, because your guides talk to you that way through signs and synchronicities, or things that just move you at your core. So let's see what we can close out with. Oh, we got the 9 of Cups. Yes, the messenger of air. So we have a lot of beautiful messages coming our way. And we have been silent, and we have been still, and we have been listening to the universe, because we've been listening to our inner selves. And when you are connected with your inner self and you line yourself up and you're lining your chakras up, you are opening up your ear, your third eye, you're opening up your third eye to listen to the universe for signs and synchronicities. And I'm sure you hear it all of the time. You know, so many things have happened. Like I was telling a friend of mine over the weekend, something happened to me, and this girl was helping clean out the property that I just sold yesterday. And when I walked there, I was like, hi, so you're the young lady that's helping clean out the property? She's like, yeah. I'm like, what's your name? She's like, Ariel. And like, oh, like the Little Mermaid? Oh, it's so nice to meet another mermaid. And it was just ironic to me, because I'm 44. I've only met 3 Ariels in my life. One being somebody a lot younger, that's a friend of the family's, and we've known her since before she was born. One being an artist friend of mine that actually made mermaids for me. His name is Ariel. And then this girl, so it's like God had a sense of humor. Like, he could have put anybody to clean the house, but he put someone named Ariel, and it's just very unique. So I felt like that was like a message from source, from God, saying, you know, you're on the right track, you're doing the right thing, you know, and then a message with a sense of humor to boot, which was funny. And so then I was telling my friend about it the next day, and she was laughing, and then all of a sudden my phone starts ringing, and I look, and it's my friend, the artist Ariel, and I'm like, no way. So I just showed her, and she's like, no. And it was just really funny. We just couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, hi, Ariel. And so anyway, we pay attention to the messages that come, because sometimes they're not in the way that you would think, but if it stirs you a certain way, it's for a reason. So we also have the Ace of Fire. Again, passionate communication coming in. We've got air and fire, communication, now passionate communication. So we're going to be receiving a lot of communication, honest communication, passionate communication that's honest, and people aren't going to be wearing their mask in the future because we've been putting out that energy that we don't want that. We don't want people coming with one mask on or 5 or 50 million masks on, and you know, they just talk out of both sides of their mouth, but they don't follow through with what they say. We don't want that. So our energy that we're putting out there is this. It's that honest communication, that passionate, honest communication. And this is direct, and this is passionate. And this is what we have been putting out to the universe that we want. So the universe is not biased, and it is not, it'll give you exactly what you ask for. You put out lack, you get lack. You put out positivity, you get positivity. And then at the bottom we have the 9 of Cups, which is the 9 of water in this deck. And this is somebody being completely emotionally fulfilled. And it's depicted by all these beautiful diamonds, and she just looks so happy. So this is us. Because we've learned to temper ourselves, and we've been working with all of the energies and moon cycles and so on and so forth. And even if you haven't been working with them really strongly, I'm sure indirectly you've been a little bit more curious. You've been looking up a little bit more at the sky at night. You might even be researching some things that you never really researched before. And congratulations, because you're doing the work to find out who you are at your core being. So I don't have anything else, although I feel like I'm missing so much because there's so much going on in the universe today. I feel like I've already started my harvest season and started a little early. For me, I feel like it started early last week and mainly yesterday, where I've been working really hard at things, and finally things are slowly had, cycles closed out, new ones are starting to begin. And so I know that collectively this is happening as well, because those as, if you're in a divine feminine and divine masculine energy, because remember we have both, it's the yin and the yang, it's the positive and the negative polarity, but we're able to balance those out, then you are going to reap the harvest here today with this full corn moon in Pisces. Thank you everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. And until then, always continue and keep swimming towards your dreams. Bye.